another PC type thing. Now, I know plenty of guys out there. You've cheated on your girlfriends. I'm just saying plenty of guys. I'm not saying I know anybody in particular. But I know plenty of guys have cheated on their girlfriends before. And this story kind of is battling against you. A furious British wife has called in divorce lawyers after spotting her husband's car parked outside another woman's house on Google. Now, Doug, you're a Google master. How do you Google? Is this done by Google Map?
Basically, Google Earth and Google Maps. A lot of them have street view cameras. Like I know at least Ann Arbor does, and all the major cities do. You can basically see around you, like you're standing there on a street.
Interesting. Well, she saw the Range Rover while using the internet's giant street view, like Doug just said, in service to snoop on a female friend's home. The husband of hers had claimed he was away on business, but his ex-wife recognized his SUV immediately because of its his blinged-up hubcaps. Now, are we to assume, or we know? Doug, are we to assume?
No. I mean, there's plenty of people with red Range Rovers with blinged up hubcaps that could be parked outside that house.
Maybe he was just letting her borrow the car for the day. I mean,
there's also a lot of people with white Ford Broncos cruising down the LA highway.
Are we to assume that maybe there's never mind. I'm not going to kick out of here. The love cheat is not only the husband's trapped by Google controversial new 360-degree photo search, which covers 25 cities and towns throughout Britain and the United States. The top media lawyer, Mark Stevens, said, I was talking about Range Rover case when another divorce lawyer came up to say his firm was dealing with the same sort of thing. So this is not just a one-time thing. There's a lot of firms dealing with this right now. So
yeah, there's a whole website. I forgot what it's called, but it has to do with all the strange things that they can find on Google Earth. Like, you know, the Cubs manager Lou Piniella is walking down the street in Chicago. You can see it on Google Earth. And then there's a guy with a huge machine gun walking in a parking lot somewhere in the South. I forgot what website it's called, but there's some pretty funny images on it.
Now, Doug, you're sitting there in Ann Arbor. You're in your house. You're dabbling in the tallywhacker action. What if you get caught on this Google camera? Is that invasion of privacy?
Initially it is, but I'm denying till I'm dying.
Rule number 6, and I like it. Really? On the radio? You're supposed to call yourself... Do you see this?
It's like a seal at the aquarium.
I wish you people could see what's going on right now. We're so professional. Dan, I know you would never cheat on Kim because I would chop your balls off. But what if you were I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What if you were
dabbled with my tallywhacker or whatever?
Yeah, you know.
And I got caught doing it?
Yeah.
It happens.
Wow. All right. Andy, what if you were cheating on your girlfriend and your car...
Isn't that a sore subject still?
No, it's not. What if... Okay, hold on. What if your girlfriend was... Hypothetically, you have a girlfriend. Hypothetically, she cheats on you with 9 guys. Hypothetically speaking, you find her car hypothetically parked outside of a hypothetical man's house. Hypothetically, what do you do at that point?
And how do you hypothetically feel?
How's this to do with Google? Do you really want to know what I'd do?
It's hypothetical. You would hypothetically...
I would hypothetically get out of my car with my hypothetical Louisville Slugger that I keep in my hypothetical backseat of my car.
I mean, I'd be pissed off if my wife Googled the woman's house, because in order to find that car there, she had to plug in the woman's address. I wouldn't. The first thing I would do is say, "Hey, how come you don't trust me enough to not Google this woman's address?"
Obviously, there were suspicions because it says a female friend. It was obviously one of her friends also at the same time. So, I mean, that's just not trusting. That's having no friendship and no good communication within your
You think
marriage.
they're still going to hang out over Christmas?
Yeah, at a hotel, Streets Row.
Yeah. but
Hypothetically.
Yes, hypothetically. But yeah, this is messed up. You got to make sure there's no huge cameras driving around when you're parked somewhere doing something you don't want to get caught doing. Make sure there's no huge cameras with a Google on the side of a car going around because you could get caught.
What if, and at the same time, what if this is completely innocent? What if what if he actually wasn't cheating? Maybe he just said he's going on a business trip because he was talking with that lady friend of his, quote unquote, on what to get his wife for. Valentine's Day is over, so let's go with Sweetest Day. This isn't in Ohio.
British.
This isn't in Ohio, so we're going to go with her birthday. What if it was just, what should I get for my birthday? I told my wife I was out of town so I can get her something nice. Now I'm coming over you, but now I'm getting busted for cheating.
I mean, since the invention of the telephone, that argument might go down the toilet. What do you think, Corvette?
What did you just say?
Since the invention of the telephone?
Yeah, I mean, everyone cheats. I mean, why is this even a story? I mean, they say like if you're worried about your spouse cheating on you, you're probably cheating first.
I mean, I guess
that's where the suspicion starts.
I guess the problem with this is that she found him out by using the technology.
That's not like real time, though, is it?
No, it's not real. It's not real time. But I mean, like I recognize something I put up on my house. Like I put a flag, my Michigan flag in the window, and like a couple of weeks later, I looked in Google Image or Google Maps, and I found that flag hanging up in my window. So I mean, it's not necessarily that long ago since it was taken.
Okay.
Is it up to date live time, or are there certain pictures taken at certain times of the day?
No, it's just one picture. It's not up to date live. They couldn't do that. They don't have enough cameras to do that. So it's just one picture.
So how can she base this on? See, I'm arguing on the defensive side, of course, because I'm a guy. But how can she base that off of one picture and just say that there was,
Maybe there's a nice restaurant nearby that he was eating at.
Yeah, maybe he was across the street at the other house, hanging out with one of his guy friends. You never know. She can't just assume stuff like this.
I think the part of the story we didn't read out loud to our radio audience is that the Google Earth did actually show the woman's head in his lap.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, if that's the case, then
Spilled mustard.
he's guilty.
Mustard.
Mustard. No, he's definitely. If that's the case, he's guilty. But,
Yeah, you got caught, bud.
yeah, you're busted. I'm sorry, but you never know.
The fact that his lawyers is saying that this is an invasion of privacy is basically an admission of guilt by saying no, he wasn't doing anything, he wasn't there. By choosing to say that this was an invasion of privacy first is pretty much an admission of guilt.
What's his goal in this lawsuit then?
Well, here's the thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. If obviously, Captain Legal over here, Andy Horvath, if your wife files for divorce and you're going to split everything in half, obviously this guy probably has some money if he's driving a Range Rover with blinged out hubcaps, not spinners, hubcaps, not rims, hubcaps.
Walmart.
If it's yeah, definitely $20. If you get invasion of privacy, isn't that not rights of those aren't rights of divorce, and he gets everything, doesn't he, or something like that? If he wins this lawsuit, does that sound right?
Perhaps, but I'm not a scholar of British law.
I happen to be one. I studied at Cambridge and Oxford for many years.
That's good for you.
I feel like the judge would be what they are pretty much arguing is an invasion of privacy, and I feel like the judge would be more lenient if they found.
I mean,
there's no way Google Maps is something that.
I mean, I see where they're going, but
I mean, if there's anything, they should be suing Google.
Well, they're going to now because they're going to listen to our show.
Yeah.
We're going to get a hit from Oxford today, or Manchester, whatever the hell this is.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's the size of Hiram.
Good day, mate.
Did you just do an Australian accent for the British?
That's my non-American English accent, folks.
It also works for Ireland and Scotland.
Ireland, Scotland.
South Africa.
I was about to say South Africa. Man, you're on top of it today, Doug. Awesome. What was that? How many more countries?
And India.
Is that more or less countries than broadcast WrestleMania?
Is that a question?
It's less. Yeah, it was a question. Because you said you wanted to talk about WrestleMania today.
Nice segue.
Wow.
Clap it up for the segue.
I'm getting good at this radio thing. You know what the thing is? I watch a lot of
dipstick. Sorry.
Thank you, dipstick, Jimmy. I watch a lot of Conan O'Brien, and he's good at segues. One time, he segued from a puppy dying into 9/11 story, so he's real good at segues. Speaking of death, did you guys hear about this one?